In early 2026, tensions in the Middle East escalated rapidly into direct military confrontation involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. What had long been a series of indirect conflicts, covert operations, proxy wars, and diplomatic disputes transitioned into open military engagement. This development has raised a critical global concern. Is this a limited regional conflict, or the early stage of a broader international crisis? On February 28, 2026, coordinated military strikes were carried out by United States and Israeli forces targeting sites within Iran. These strikes reportedly focused on military infrastructure, weapons development facilities, strategic command locations. The scale of the operation was significant, involving multiple waves of air and missile strikes within a short period. From the perspective of the United States and Israel, the operation was described as a preventive action aimed at neutralizing perceived security threats. However, Iran interpreted the strikes as a direct violation of its sovereignty and an act of war. In response, Iran launched retaliatory attacks using ballistic missiles, unmanned aerial vehicles, drones. Targets included Israeli defense positions and U.S. military installations across the region. This exchange marked a shift from indirect confrontation to open conflict. To understand the current situation, it is necessary to examine the historical background. The modern conflict between Iran and the United States dates back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution. Following the overthrow of the Shah, Iran established a republic with a governance system opposed to Western influence. Shortly afterward, the U.S. Embassy in Tehran was seized, and American diplomats were held hostage for over a year. This event significantly damaged diplomatic relations and established a long-term adversarial relationship. In parallel, tensions between Iran and Israel developed over time. Although the two countries have not engaged in large-scale direct warfare, they have remained strategic rivals. A major point of contention has been Iran's nuclear program. In 2015, Iran and several global powers reached an agreement intended to limit nuclear development in exchange for sanctions relief. However, the agreement later collapsed, leading to renewed tensions and increased uncertainty regarding Iran's nuclear capabilities. For many years, conflict between these actors occurred indirectly. Iran has supported various non-state armed groups across the Middle East, including Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Iraq, allied forces in Syria. These groups have been involved in regional conflicts that align with Iranian strategic interests. In response, Israel has conducted targeted airstrikes, intelligence operations, cyber activities. There have also been reports of assassinations of key personnel, sabotage of military and nuclear facilities. These actions formed what is often referred to as a shadow war, a prolonged conflict conducted without formal declaration. The events of 2026 represent a significant escalation. Following the initial strikes, both sides increased military activity. Key developments include repeated missile exchanges, expansion of targets beyond military facilities, increased civilian impact. The humanitarian consequences have been substantial. Civilian casualties, damage to infrastructure, displacement of populations. Healthcare systems in affected areas have faced significant strain. International organizations have expressed concern regarding the potential for further escalation. The conflict has begun to affect multiple areas within the region. There are indications of increased activity involving armed groups in Lebanon, militias in Iraq, security concerns in Gulf states. One of the most critical strategic points is the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway is a major global energy route, responsible for transporting a significant portion of the world's oil supply. Any disruption in this area has immediate global economic implications. Recent developments have already contributed to increased oil prices, market instability, concerns over energy security, The international response has been complex. Major global powers, including countries in Europe and Asia, have called for de-escalation. Diplomatic efforts have focused on ceasefire negotiations, preventing further military expansion, protecting critical infrastructure. However, progress has been limited. Differences in political alignment and strategic interests have made consensus difficult. At the same time, several countries have increased military readiness in response to the situation. The future of this conflict remains uncertain. Several possible outcomes exist: a contained regional conflict, a prolonged period of instability, or a broader international confrontation. The situation continues to evolve. What is clear is that the consequences extend far beyond the Middle East. Differences in political alignment and strategic interests have made consensus difficult. At the same time, several countries have increased military readiness in response to the situation.